special parts and everything on these boats.
Man, there've been a lot. I was out here last week. We came out here and just kind of rode along in five or six. You know, these transient boats. You know, they're headed south. Is that they're heading out trying to get ahead of the weather and get south. But it's got to be that's unique. That's a unique style of living.
Yeah, that's one night I could do it, and that's it.
They limit themselves to, you know, they're anchoring because they can get out here and they do that for free. You know, you pull up to the marina, of course, get fuel and water. You're going to get charged for that. But you know, the real smart ones plan that, like their grocery trips and everything, where they make their fuel stop. And while we're getting fuel, we're going to get an Uber and run up to the grocery store real quick. And usually the marinas will let them do that. Hey, good morning, guys. We got a special treat for you today. We got Joe and Paul. Where's Paul? I can't get Joe in there. There he is right there. I got to tell y'all, first of all, our football team lost last night. We're out of the playoffs. We lost by 1 point. I think the final score was 31-32. Yep. Heck of a good team that came down when Jonesboro's had some great athletes. We could move the ball at will and did that, but we fumbled the ball a lot last night, and you can't do that and be successful. It's hard to overcome some of those obstacles, and we just came up short. But Joe, and I guess this is back in June when we had the high school has the football team has a silent auction. They have a night in Terror Town is what it's called, and a lot of boosters get together. And one of the auctions, I got Coach asked me if I wouldn't mind doing it, and I said, "Heck yeah, let's do that." So Joe won the auction to go shrimping, and we're going to try to go shrimping today. So we got Paul and Joe with us on the boat, and we're going to head out and see what happens. Now, gotta tell y'all, it might be a little rough.
Okay.
That wind's blowing out of the northeast, and it's blowing a little harder than I was anticipating. But
I see you got a little blanket for Paul. We can just keep.
Yeah, we can get him down in here in the cabin.
Get in the fetal position. I'll try not to cry so loud during the YouTube stream.
But Paul's a fan of the channel. He watches it, so it's great to have him on here. He told me when he got on here, he goes, I feel like I'm getting on this boat for about the 8th time. He said, I'm familiar with the vessel, so that's great. We're going to have a great time today. And hopefully we can get out here and catch them and get back in time to watch some game day, because game day is in Athens today. That's always exciting. But we got a lot of boats right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the transient boats in the river, so we're going to have to kind of run around these guys. Y'all never done anything like this. This is all new. All right.
Your first time, is it?
I've done it a time or two.
Okay.
So what we're going to try to do is get back out here. I got an area that I like to drag the net out. It's kind of just off of Jekyll Island. So that's where we're going to head. It's a good clear area. Don't have to worry about snags and that kind of thing. And usually we catch some shrimp in there. And the last time I went, they were pretty decent size, so that's a plus. I did go down and check at the Brunswick dock, and one of the big boats on Wednesday I was down there, and he had 200 pounds, and he just went out and made one tow and came right back in. That's commercial boats, big boats, but they're there. Or they were.
So it's only been on one kind of trip?
white shrimp, that's what we're looking for. Right now, that's pretty much, we have two really varieties here, a brown shrimp and a white shrimp. White shrimp show up, they start catching them offshore in the early spring, usually into April, 1st of May, they'll start catching what they call a road shrimp. And then they'll open the beaches usually about June. They'll catch a little bit of them, and then the shrimp will taper off like really quick for the white shrimp. But then the brown shrimp, and they're a little smaller. They don't get as big as the white shrimp, but that's the summer crop. That's what the guys will be catching during the summertime. And then usually it's a nighttime activity. They usually catch those out in the channel, kind of the deeper water in the summer. And then back during the fall, they come back, white shrimp will come back, they starting to move out of the estuaries now. And that's what we're hoping to find. And where they go once they get out there, I have no idea.
Did you put in nets on this?
What's that?
Did you put in nets on this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And this time really starts bringing the Georgia shrimp. When you're at the restaurant,
That means it was caught in Georgia water.
that's it.
That's it.
And it doesn't dictate it to the wider brown shrimp.
But the tide has just started to go out. So we're coming off the high, and it's kind of good because everything's kind of flushing out. Low water is usually when we're most productive over there. Everything's kind of condensed into the pool, deeper sloughs. We'll see what happens. I don't know if we'll be here through low water. The wind came up a lot quicker today than what I was anticipating. It was not supposed to start till lunchtime. It's already getting a little breezy. Hey guys, good morning. I think what we're going to do, we're going to try to, first thing I'm going to do is don't get too nervous.
I was like, I think we're heading for the bridge. Oh, he had it right.
I didn't know what that little guy right there was going to do.
Oh.
Let's see if we can get on YouTube. And what's really great about the live is we can interact with our group right here.
Jed's been working on a new TikTok dance, so this will be perfect.
There you go, right?
Get on YouTube. And what's really great about it. So here we are, and then we've already got people in here chatting in here with us. Mark, Ashley, John, Harley John's with us. Golly, guys, good morning. Thanks for
Morning.
waking up with us.
That's right. Later.
I don't know, really, guys, I don't know how long this is going to, what kind of trip we're going to have today. We're going to see what happens.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Appreciate you doing this.
Man,
It's been
anytime
traveling.
I can get on the waters, it's a good excuse to go. So,
So when you're not on the water, what are you doing?
I'm an arborist, cut trees.
Okay.
That's what I do here. Really neat thing. Have you ever been beach seining or anything like that? All right,
Yes,
so
sir.
you get a little sample of what, you know, just the different stuff you're going to catch out here at sea is pretty cool.
Have you seen any effects, like long-lasting effects after the golden rye?
You know, the whiting fishery here suffered. It's starting to rebound, but like the last couple of years, we have an old administrator from Glen Academy. that comes out and fishes them. And he used to come like 2 or 3 times a week. And he says that's what he does. That's his target. He likes to go out and catch the whiting. And he would tell me it's horrible, horrible, horrible. But last time I talked to him, he said it's starting to come back.
Yeah.
So the thing about the golden ray is all that material was just coming in and out.
Right.
Every time the tide comes in, the wind blows it, you know, and it gets into the marshes. And the timing of all that stuff is critical when it gets in there, because you don't know when eggs are being released from different species and getting into that estuary and, you know, trying to find shelter in the grass while it starts to grow, and how that stuff is affected. And some of those cycles can be prolonged. And what you can see is like fiddler crabs or something like that, which would be very susceptible to the tide coming in and out, and that slick covering big areas that they forage in. Well, if you have a decline in that food, in like redfish and other crustaceans that eat, you know, fiddlers, if that food cycle goes away, how does it affect that generation that it's affecting? You understand? It can kind of snowball. And you know, I don't know how much data collection is going on for those kind of things. That, you know, I'm not privy to. Hopefully, somebody with the state is looking at all that kind of stuff and kind of taking into account what could possibly be happening. But the shrimping here has not been as productive as it has before the ship. But shrimp are fast growing. You know, that's a fast growing crustacean. So as conditions continue to improve, and the environment is going to purge itself. You know, it'll clean itself. It'll eventually recover. But it's how quickly those other species and the things that are affected to recover get back in the line and the cycle.
Yeah, right.
Makes up the estuary. Guys, we're going to try to get back in here in the Jekyll. We're in the Sound now, and it's a little bit foggy out here today. We had maybe 15 or 20 minutes of rain this morning. Had a little shower that kind of passed by. The northeast winds were coming. Well, actually, they're already here. They weren't supposed to be here until about noon today, but they're already bouncing around about 4 hours early. But hopefully we can get out here and make a couple tows with you guys and check out the fun. And because of the weather, I don't have all my cameras up on the boat, so we're on the phone today. That's why things are a little different. But really, thank you guys for being with us. Looks like a sailboat headed out of the channel out there as well. This other guy. It's that time of the year. Those boats are moving around from the north to the south.
I wonder where they call home. I wonder if they go down all the way to the Keys or.
You know, they're actually set up. They're ready to go for our golf tournament that's going to be on St.simons this upcoming week. If any of you guys are golf lovers and like watching professional golf, you'll probably get to see a little bit of St.simons on some of the channel, on some of the sporting golf sporting channels. And there are 2 more sailboats right over there, headed south. I can't tell if that's a shrimp boat right there. That may be a shrimp boat over there. The first one, I think it may be. too many weekends of really warm weather. It's not going to be much more before this will be a brisk start.
So I'm talking to people who go sailing off of Jekyll.
Yeah,
And
this is great. This is anywhere on Jekyll, and then also back around the golf course or in front of the lodge. You see a lot of folks will come out there and do it over there. But man, that's a lot of work. Sometimes you got to walk that net. You know, you're 2 miles down the beach.
They were also saying, I guess they'll go at night. They said it's always get weirded out when they feel something huge go this side.
The guy that's on the deep end, that's the brave
right.
guy. Little choppier right here because the tide's coming this way. It's on the way out, and that wind is pushing back against it, so it kind of backs up right here. It gets a little choppy.
We started fishing right in here, didn't we?
Over there on that sandbar. How far is that sandbar out, like to our left?
It goes out there about 1.5 miles.
Or how close is it to us?
To us right now, I don't. Can you see this screen right here? It starts pretty close to us. There's just a little narrow cut right through here, right between the beach, where you don't have to worry about. But we do have a lot of water here right now. Tide being high like it is. Good old Driftwood Beach. Don't see very many takers out there this morning. One trick for this rig that I've got on this boat is we've got to put the net out and pick the net up into the current. So tide's coming out, it's falling out, and it's kind of going this way, it's pushing this way. So we're going to go out down here and make a little loop and come back, and we'll get ready to set this thing out. Once we get it set out, we can tow where we want to, but if we don't keep the net behind the planing boards, it'll get tangled up really easy. Yeah, it's a little bouncy out here.
A little bit.
Woo!
That county version of Deadliest Catch.
That's it.
Yeah, this is it for sure. All right, Joe, we'll
Yeah.
put you over here on the steering wheel for a little bit. Press you into service.
Perfect.
Sit right there.
Okay.
And push you driving for a little bit.
Good.
That turns it.
Well, so you could lean up against the back. I'm like trying to balance myself going over that stuff. It's like a core exercise or something like that.
Can I help you with anything? Or you got it? Can I help you with anything? Okay. All right.
Joe, okay, turn us back towards those the point over there. All right, now turn us back the other way. You get to add a little throttle to it.
A little bit down.
Keep on that. Turn her back towards the, and add a little throttle.
Yeah. Is that good?
I want just above idle.
Yeah, just keep it going.
All right, slow her down right here. Went out straight.
I'm watching Lieutenant Dan out there fighting the weather. That was terrible.
Now we can't turn the boat real sharp when we're doing this because we'll foul the net. But what we're going to do is make a slow right-hand turn and head back down the beach.
Beach is straight ahead, right? It said slow right.
I got the front.
Paul, your job's to look for any tankers that are coming by. And cruise ships. Oh, man.
Doing a good job.
Thank you.
Go ahead and tell you that right now.
Paul was bad mouthing me.
Paul, don't do that.
Sorry,
We got in here.
Probably not the right time to ask. You got to have a permit to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're covered.
Don't ask the second question.
You're actually covered.
Whether you actually
because
have one.
I got the blanket license,
So
Okay.
we dropped our feed.
so we're in good shape.
The state make you do it yearly or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's issued by the size of your vessel. That's how the
Really?
schedule goes.
Huh.
Which, ours is pretty cheap because we're 21-foot boat.
Okay.
Just under $100.
Are you limited in any way of like what you can take in a day or
No.
Okay.
This is, I have the same license as
Yeah.
the biggest boat you see out here.
Wow.
But there are some things I'm able to work around. I don't have to have a rigid TED,
Right.
internal excluder,
Yeah.
because if you pull, under Georgia's laws, if you pull the net in by hand,
Yeah.
you don't have to have TED on it because they know you're not going to You're not going to be towing a big net,
Yeah.
and you're not going to be towing it very long.
Yeah.
So it's kind of covered there. But I do have, when I had this net made down in Fernandina, it's got a webbing shooter in it. It's called a soft shooter, and it's still anything big like that. Rocky came with me one time. We called it a spotted eagle rig. It was probably, geez, that thing was probably 6 feet across.
Gosh.
It's like manta ray. And I didn't think we were going to get the net back. We did.
There's a turtle right there.
You saw one?
Yeah.
Let's not catch that guy. So we got a turtle spot now here.
Another one of flames from the shrimp now. So
That's crazy. Yeah. I have not, since we put this soft shooter in here, I've not caught a turtle. It was right out.
did you have this boat and then have the nets made? I mean, did you buy this boat intending to make this?
No, I bought this boat for the Gold Ray.
Okay.
This little cabin in here just made it really convenient for filming and doing stuff that we did with the ship. And I had this guy built over at the machine shop in Brunswick with a little rig, and that makes things a lot easier. And the boat itself just works well for this little fun. This is a hobby. I'm not.
Yeah.
We're not out here making a living.
So other than a piece like off the Gold Ray, what's the most bizarre or strange thing you've come across out here?
A cigarette lighter kit.
What does that mean?
It's when's the last time you saw a cigarette lighter in a U.S. car?
What? 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Those cars that go to Europe have a cigarette lighter kit. It's in a little box,
Uh-huh.
and it's in the car. And I found one. And it's got what it is and it's detailed instructions in about 12 different languages. How you go in and you take the back of the power port that's in the car out, but replace it with this other female part that just plugs in. And it's got a lighter and it's got a cup holder ashtray that comes with it.
Wow. Put it in here in case you want to pick up smoking at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those bizarre things that I remember from the Golden Rig. Geez, we got 23 folks in here in the chat.
Okay.
I need to get I didn't. Usually I got a camera box in here, 2 camera bags, microphones, and everything else. And today, of course, I don't. Wait a minute. You know what I got right here? Watch this, guys.
Good. So launch my modeling career today. It's gonna be incredible.
I saw the point where my face went across the screen. I saw a lot of people just get off immediately. So I put a lot of them in the driver and I saw my face.
Guys. All right, here we go. Look. This is the crew, guys. Everybody in the same frame. Good morning.
Morning.
So, what's crazy about it? This is, of course, in the gimbal camera. That's one thing I do run is gimbal cameras, so everything stays kind of nice and straight. But if you watch that horizon back there, you guys at home can kind of understand what kind of conditions we're in right now. Arr!
Feel it.
We are, again, just east of Jekyll Island.
So what hotel is this?
That is, is that the villas? That may be the villas that head out towards the north end of Jekyll. But we're on here, and I don't see Tiger. Usually I have my moderator Tiger is on here, and he's like telling me when I got to take the net up. So we've got almost 10 minutes now on this tow. We'll probably pull this one about 30 minutes. Don't want to. The guys I talked to on Wednesday had, you know, the jelly balls. You see the jelly balls wash up on the beach. They were about this big around, about as big as a baseball, and they had a load of those things on Wednesday.
That's Jed's favorite snack, so.
Oh, is that right?
Redneck snowballs, I love it.
Maybe you'll get lucky today.
Fingers crossed.
But you can see, guys, all down the this section of Jekyll Island Beach there's a rock face that's put down to slow down the erosion, and you can just watch these waves just breaking against the rocks down here, and it's a continuous washing machine of action. And it's probably going to get a lot worse. We got a big front that's supposed to be slide through. It's going to bring rain next week. I'm glad y'all came today.
Oh yeah.
Because
we can make a difference, right?
You can.
I would be underneath there, just all curled up.
Webster Hill. Good morning.
Hey, man.
You guys in the chat don't know Captain Webb. Captain Webb makes the trips with us for our football travels and at home. He works on the sideline crew with us. And yeah, he was there last night when the mighty Red Terrors went down by a single point. Oh, in the first round of the playoffs. It was a rough night. We fumbled the ball, at least 3, maybe more. Had some mistakes there that we just could not overcome. And unfortunately, we are now out of the playoffs. But we had a great season. The kids, just a super group of kids that played this year. It was a lot of fun being with those guys. Looking forward to next year already. It's first day of the season being over, and I'm already looking forward to next year.
Webb also doesn't mean hot dog.
What?
He said Webb doesn't mean
Webb
hot dog.
does an incredible. Well, the best thing he's got up here is the sausage.
Yeah,
dog.
that red dog. Yeah.
I get the sausage grilled with some of those grilled onions and mustard. That's it. Don't pollute that with anything else. That is a thing of beauty. It's my favorite thing on the cart.
I got Webb that commercial plug.
Yeah, he's been on the end of the causeway right there on the billboard.
Who's that? What's that?
Huh?
Who's that?
Well, Prime South with the bank.
Or me?
Yeah, no, with Webster.
Webb. Yeah. Sorry, I was like staring out of the ocean. I got confused.
He's Webb's had the eyeballs of the community on him. That's pretty good. He's doing a great job there. And Porch Fest is tomorrow, and he's going to participate in that. Never been, guys. We have a Porch Fest in Old Town Brunswick, and they have multiple bands that'll come out and play on the front porches of these old Victorian era houses that make up that historic district. It's a really cool event, and we're planning on attending that tomorrow with Webster, serving up some hot dogs. So hopefully we'll be able to bring some of that to you guys tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Salty Mark, good morning. I see Maine Girls jumped in here. Alfred, oh my gosh, is Alfred out here today too? Good morning, Alfred. Guys, thank you. We got a special trip on here today. We've made a new captain. We got Joe's taking over the helm. Paul and I are going to work the deck today. We're going to see if we can put some deck.
Try not to fall over is my goal.
That's it.
Guys, it's rough. It's not even sporty out here. This is rough.
So is there a scientific reason like the shrimp are right at this part and not at a...
I got no reason.
Okay.
I can't tell you.
Okay.
Wind, tide, temperature, moon phase, they all play a part.
So do you always do this stretch? Or?
Have you ever headed a shrimp?
No.
Well, you will today. We're going to catch at least one, so you have opportunity. I want you to look at the size of the brain. I got no idea.
Okay.
What makes an earthworm crawl down? I don't know. But we're gonna hopefully catch a few. I was looking to see if we could see some jumping down. We got a bird that's gonna fall on us, which is kind of a good sign. And I haven't seen any. Sometimes you see them jumping in the water, like around the net. There were a few people that came down and were buying bait today at the marina. So I guess the guys, a couple boats, but most of the folks that were doing fishing today were getting dead bait. And I think they're probably shore fishing today. Because everybody looked at the weather report and said, we see. Other than the 2 sailboats that we saw leave out early, it's like us.
We get those rogue waves here every now and again, like the
Come on
deadliest
now,
cats.
I don't want to hear about rogue waves and the perfect storm and all that kind of stuff.
Literally 50
You know,
feet off the beach.
Yesterday was the anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald when they lost the Edmund Fitzgerald. So there's enough of that. Let's just listen to Gordon Lightfoot tribute to those 29. Yeah, it's choppy. I think Joe about fell out of the chair twice already.
Yeah. Looking for my seatbelt. Sorry.
But sometimes you need a little bit of chop, a little bit of kind of mix things up a little bit.
Stir up that dinner from last night.
Yeah. Is that road one?
Yeah,
That was the road. So what we will do when we try to take up is we'll try to get it kind of pointed that way into not only the tide but also the wind and these waves. So maybe a little easier on us. There's always a plan, guys. I just don't know how it gets executed. You know what's really cool about, and I've mentioned this on YouTube, since they've gone to this format, this live format with the capability to have to chat to it.
Yeah.
And you got, like right now, there's 24 people that are in here, and they're all in here experiencing this same thing here with us right now. They may all be getting seasick with us.
Yeah.
So where's everyone? I mean, there's no way to know where people are from.
Oh,
or-
they'll let you know.
Okay.
We've got folks from the West Coast, from Florida, from inland areas. It's a really neat group of folks that are involved with the channel, and everybody kind of grows, and they all have interactions with everybody else that's in the chat. So it's a really neat time. Fishman Joe, which I don't know if you saw, Fishman Joe has just joined the chat. Good morning, Joe. Joe, this is one of your days, brother. We're out here in about, I don't know, it's at least 2.5, maybe 3 feet out here right now, and the wind's steadily coming up. So hopefully we can get some shrimp. Joe made the trip with me. He came out and made the trip with me. He's from Miami, and he has a bait business. And he catches bait, sells bait down in South Florida. And he does, part of that bait is shrimping, but his style of shrimping is completely different from what he is a wing net. The wings kind of come down and they skim the top of the water. The shrimp he catches down around Miami are all on top of the water. Ours are just the opposite, they're down on the bottom. But we have to drag the bottom and he's on the top of his wing nets. He's with us here today. Good morning, Joe.
Still the same size shrimp from whether it's the
Same types of shrimp.
I think the shrimp that Joe catches down there are kind of like the pink shrimp.
Okay. Yeah.
And I see Joe just jumped on and he's going live. But good morning to him. I wish I could get him. I didn't set this thing up to invite him, but I should have invited him.
So you ever been down there with them to Miami?
I haven't been to Miami with Joe. I'm going to go. We're going to make some stuff. But I've been down. I got another buddy that has a channel down, and he films. He's got a huge channel, and a lot of what he does is at one of the bigger boat ramps in Miami. He films the chaos that ensues with people launching and recovering boats down around that ramp. And he does a great job with that. He does a lot of boat shows.
Okay. So like the first time boat owners who were trying to back that thing up.
It's
like 6 domestic abuse
complete
discussions.
Chaos.
Yeah. Like, I've been part of those. Friends or spouse trying to get everyone to line up the boat.
Yeah, his commentary and what the stuff that he catches on guys completely losing their vehicles. Forget to set the parking brake or for whatever. The boat slides down the ramp and pulls the car down.
Try to tow it with the minivan.
He catches all that stuff.
That's fine. Probably sell tickets today.
Well, he does. His channel is the Chit Show, CHI, Chit Show. And if you go on to the place that's called the Black Point Marina down in Miami, if you go and look on a Google map, Chit Show Live is actually a point, a destination.
You can also see people like in lawn chairs sitting up on the side.
Yeah. I know they'll get a huge crowd of people come out just to watch the boats.
Which only makes the situation even worse.
Talk about pressure sometimes. Look at how that ocean was just beating that crossover to pieces. You see the staircase is off to the right. Now it's just like a pier to nowhere.
Yeah, my boy's got a soccer game over here in an hour.
You have soccer? We'll drop you off.
He just needs to swim in.
We just drop him off right here.
No, Paul's son and my two sons play together.
Oh yeah, all right. How's soccer going for you guys this year?
It's good.
Yeah,
really good.
Is he a kicker?
Kicks the ball, yeah. And,
Is he going to be a football kicker?
Oh.
See, that's the one thing. That's the one thing we got in our school in Khan Academy. We got a really great soccer program.
Oh yeah.
In soccer, when you look at Jack Podeslick, played in Georgia, playing soccer.
Right.
It just lends to find those kids that have that special knack that can do that.
Yeah.
We've been very fortunate.
Yeah, my boys will be there next year. Finishing up 8th grade at Club Middle.
Oh my gosh, look at bumper sticker. Listen, I never leave home without one. I keep this one. That's these bumper sticker. I've got another one back on the back of the boat, and then they made one for me. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some more bumper stickers for sure. Yeah, I don't know where Tiger is. I have not seen Tiger in the chat today. We're going to see what happens today. We've got about another 6 minutes on this tow. And we're going to see what happens with the catch, with the shrimp.
And you born and raised, bro?
St.simons.
Okay.
My
St.
family.
Simons Elementary and.
Now I went to St. Francis.
Okay.
Then went to Glen course in 8th grade and graduated from there. And went to Glen, and on to Valdosta, Georgia, where I spent 6 years. It's one of the best years of my life. And then back.
What were you doing in Austin? Yeah.
Going to school,
Yeah.
doing football, going to school.
Yeah.
Well, we all got a little about Austin. I was stationed at Moody.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was there for
Golly, man, that
4
was
years.
one of my favorite times of the year. The Thunderbirds would always come and they do a
Yeah.
demonstration there. And that was my favorite, one of my favorite weekends.
Yeah, I was there in 2001. Unfortunately, we had the crash.
Oh,
2000.
yeah.
Sorry, 2000 we had the crash. So that was the FA-18 Louisville.
Wow. Yeah, I remember when that happened.
Yeah.
I had a long, back when I was there, which was, geez, I graduated in 91. But we used to go out, you go out Bemis Road, and then you turn back, and there was like an old farm road that just went right along the edge of the Air Force property there.
Yeah.
And we go sit out there, and when they would do night ops, we'd go out there, and especially if the wind was blowing that way, because those guys, they were F-16s, they were flying F-16s out of there at that time, and those guys were just hammered. They're afterburner full light when they're taking off, and that thing was shooting the most beautiful blue flame out of the back of them. And then I think they went to A-10s or something after I left.
Those were the days, man. They had the A-10s, the 16s, you had the A-60s for the pararescue. So, and then of course, you had 130s, right? So,
Yeah.
it's like being at an air show every day. You had every something flying around. I always joke with people, like, that's like Air Force experience is just like smelling the JP-8 fuel and the Burger King. Like, that's just like the
At the same
Air
time?
Force base. Yes. Yes. It's
I was
Burger
in the
King and the fuel in the
Air
morning.
Force Auxiliary here flying for Civil Air Patrol.
Okay.
I was a mission pilot with Civil Air Patrol for a while. I got my pilot's license. And, I did that. That was kind of neat little experience doing that. Did that for some years.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize how big that organization is, Civil Air Patrol.
Yeah,
It's all the missions, or I don't know what to call it, missions,
Well,
or
this-
whatever.
St.simons was one of the original Civil Air Patrol bases, and they were over there with the Navy. The Navy had the airport on St.simons, and they let the Civil Air Patrol use the runway, but they wouldn't let them on the base. So you know where the golf course is down Frederica Road, the Island Club.
Right.
They let them clear off a place in there, and they taxi across the road to the runway and launch off. But they found a couple of submarines, and then they were pretty instrumental in finding some down flyers, and the Navy's attitude kind of changed to those guys when they were flying. But this was, I think,
As in guys coming up from St. Mary's submarines?
what now?
Like Navy
No,
submarines?
they're
going up-
Nazis.
Oh, okay,
This
those.
was back during the war.
Okay.
That's when the Civil Air was, you know, when we were woefully unprepared for that
Yeah.
event. And,
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people realize how close they came to the shore. I mean,
well,
they probably stopped for dinner. They came so close. Yeah.
when I was in college, I'd come back and I'd work on the shrimp boat here, and just on the north side of the St. Simons Channel. Of course, I'm at school during the week, and I come back on the weekend, and the first things I would do when I get on the boat on Saturday is I go in, I clean the galley up. I just galley tied it up. So I'm in there cleaning up the galley and rolling around in the galley sink. I pick it up, and it's a German coffee cup. It's got the swastika, the olive branches coming out and kind of crossing on the back, pinstripe going around it. And I picked it up, and I walked up in the house, and I'm like, "Where did you guys find this?" And they go, "Oh, we caught that thing last Tuesday on the north side of the channel." I went, "No kidding."
Wow.
So yeah, they were close, very close. And they did some. You know, there was a couple of ships that were torpedoed right off here still back in the day.
Yeah, that museum's great. The Coast Guard station.
Yeah, I've not been in there. I need to go in there.
Oh, you'd be very impressed.
Joe, let's start a slow turn back to the left here.
Okay.
Just a nice little slow, leisurely little spin. We got a couple more minutes, guys, and we're going to pull this thing up and see what happens. With the process. Now what we'll do is we're going to disconnect from this net. I've got an anchor right there with a float on it, and we're going to discard that, and then we'll drive the boat around to the back of the net. I have another float back there. We'll grab that and just pull it in the back of the net. It's much more efficient than pulling the whole net up every time we check the net. Guys, we're gonna get spun around here and get into the wind and into the tide and see what we've caught here. We've been towing now for 30 minutes. And Joe's getting hungry. He's ready for some shrimp.
That's right. Oil up some grits and
Yeah, that's it, man.
Jelly bullets there.
Well, you know, I think Georgia has a pretty decent ball game this evening. You get some good fresh shrimp, boil those up for the for a little tailgate action for the Georgia game. That sounds like a lot of fun.
it'll be fun to see what Kiffin puts together for Ole Miss tonight. It's going to be.
I think it's going to be an interesting ball game. Saturday night in Athens.
So I guess this is the last one for CBS at night.
Is that right?
Yeah. I guess ESPN has the rights moving forward or something.
I don't understand the television contracts and how they. I don't know. It's big money though.
Yeah.
Big money. And I guess all those.
Turn all the way around, right?
What we're going to do is kind of head like right back into that
Right into the
slot. Perfect. And so hopefully we'll be doing this instead of this.
So this flag's will be coming right towards me, huh?
Right towards you. Yeah, it's white capping out here, guys. It's not a real. It's kind of. It's damp. It's dark. It's windy. Kind of drizzly.
Keep this path or you want me to keep turning?
Just keep going as straight as you can, straight into this stuff right here.
Okay.
And the net will eventually straighten out behind us.
Okay. And when it does get you.
Yeah, it gets you. I think Joe makes a great captain.
I think so.
I do.
I think so.
He's a damn fine autopilot.
Yes. Give me all the deadliest catch, I'll be set.
Another chicken smoking, yell at everyone. If
That's
you got that
what I
one.
need.
My blood pressure's 220 over 150. I'm good today.
I used to watch that show religiously.
Yeah,
There's
100%.
no way I would ever be out there and do it, but I was always like, you know what, that'd be great.
It'd be great for about an hour.
Oh,
And then it's like February rolls
Don't
around.
need that
here.
helicopter.
yeah. Oh. I'd be below deck,
Yeah.
watching TV for the rest of the 14 days are out there.
It's like February weather here drops to like 30 to 40. I'm like, I'm not going outside, you know. Get a bad paper cut in the office and I'll leave for the day. Get on that crab boat.
How the stands look from the sideline last night. Yeah. Past 2 games have been just tough with attendance. It's just, I know last weekend there's a lot going on between. Well, you had the state championships for cross country, you had cheer, you had other events going on.
The fair last
Fair,
weekend.
yeah, that's right. You had the fair in town.
I had a corn dog, a funnel cake, and fried Oreos last weekend, and one night about 3 hours.
Ran you about $40.
Funnel cake was clearer than a liter of all those.
I always loved it when they had the pig racing.
Yeah.
So it's always fun. Jonesboro's going to make that trip all the way back down to play Thomas County Central. So Broderick goes up to Atlanta and plays my old high school next week.
Who do they have next week?
Marist.
Maris, yeah. All right, guys, let's take a look right now.
Thomas County Central band better.
Yeah, no doubt. Right?
Jonesboro band's coming.
Be intimidated.
Joe,
Yeah.
go ahead and pull it right on back into neutral.
Oh, all the way.
Like a neutral.
Paul, tell me if he goes overboard so I can turn the motor on.
All right, back in gear. I'll let you come out here and grab this.
Alright.
So let me borrow that seat right there just a second. This is going to get a little challenging.
You get it.
It's choppy.
Let's get that clip of the,
Want to catch this first one right here.
alright. Green more now.
You able to get it? Got it.
Paul, don't make me come out there.
There we go.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah. No, Kurt, we're gonna go back around here and get this other one right here and get it up.
Got it.
We got to make it out.
Okay.
I don't know if today's one.
All right.
We're gonna have to go back and get this other one and pull this net up. We've got a major foul up here somewhere. I'm not sure what happened.
I know exactly what happened.
Joe
I
was
saw,
driving.
I saw the individual in the back.
I mean, we didn't have one thing in the bag, so we got something got twisted up or something when we were setting out. It's just too rough. Fellas, it's too rough to feed you.
And where's that ball?
It's right above your head. Grab that door. Well, we'll come back and do this another day.
Okay. Paul, what'd you do?
I got real scared.
Yeah. That's right. That's when God made Harris Teeter and Publix and all these
City Market.
Wow, it's just too rough, guys. Oh,
Well, we're the only ones out here now.
yeah. That's a scary thought in itself.
Yeah. Maybe I couldn't share that.
We gave it a shot. We know where our limits were. This is the craziest day I've tried to do this. And we got a mess to straighten out in the back. That's part of the fun, though, dang it. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Yeah. Like shrimping ain't easy.
It's not easy. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for us. I'm going to get off this live stream. Thanks for being with us today. Maybe next time we'll have a more productive trip.
That's fun.
That's good.
All right. Good morning, guys. We'll see you guys later.